Master your mind and never lose focus again. Stoicism. In the rush of daily life, distractions often pull you away from your true intentions. Imagine waking up, planning your day meticulously, and yet by midday, the noise of notifications and demands of others lead you astray. The Stoics understood this struggle, highlighting the power of your mind over external chaos. As Epictetus wisely puts it, we have the power to choose our responses. This principle emphasizes that although you cannot control everything happening around you, you control your reactions and decisions. Picture this. You sit at your desk, ready to tackle an important project, but then your coworker approaches with a crisis. Their urgency pulls at your focus, leaving you torn between helping them and achieving your own goals. In that moment, you feel the internal tug of war. Do you drop everything for an immediate need or stay committed to your plan? Reflect on this. When was the last time you let external pressures dictate your focus? How often do you sacrifice your priorities for someone else's urgency? Returning to that chaotic moment, take a deep breath. Remind yourself of the Stoic approach. Shift your perspective. By understanding that helping your coworker is a choice, you realize that both assisting them and maintaining your focus on your task are possible. You can suggest a brief timeline to assist later, while explaining the importance of your current project. This small adjustment is rooted in self-awareness, a key element of Stoicism. Consider this. What emotions rise within you when faced with competing demands? Does frustration surface, or do you find clarity as you prioritize? As you navigate through your day, notice how often distractions capture your attention. Each time you feel your focus waver, pause and ask, am I choosing my response actively, or am I reacting blindly to my surroundings? These reflections are crucial as they shape your daily experiences and overall mindset. Now, engaging with your internal dialogue is vital. Challenge yourself this week. How can you apply the idea of choice in your everyday encounters? Start by consciously deciding to protect your focus for at least 1 hour during your workday. What do you prioritize during this time? It might be a work task, a personal moment to breathe, or simply enjoying a quiet cup of coffee. The possibilities are endless. Before you put this Stoic teaching into practice, I need to give you an important heads up. Many subscribers have reported that YouTube has unintentionally unsubscribed them. Check the red button below to ensure you are still subscribed to the channel, as you won't want to miss any upcoming Stoic lessons. If you find value in this discussion, hit that like button. It helps a lot. Lot with the algorithm. Let me know in the comments which city are you watching from. Your participation enriches our community and makes a difference. As you settle into your chosen focus, envision a moment that catches many of us off guard. The sudden urge to react. It's like a wave crashing over you. A moment of doubt that whispers, what if I miss something important? In those instances, remember the wise words of Epictetus. What disturbs people's minds is not events, but their judgments about events. This insight opens the door to a transformative way of thinking. Picture a busy cafe. You're working, surrounded by a soft hum of conversations. Suddenly, a friend bursts in, visibly upset. Their energy is contagious, pulling your attention like a magnet. You feel it, the pull to drop your work and dive into their turmoil. But here lies the choice. Will you allow their emotional storm to dictate your calm? Take a step back. Breathe deeply. Let your shoulders relax. Notice how the brief pause creates space. In that moment of stillness, you can recognize your emotions without being trapped by them. Reflect on this. How often do you let someone else's urgency hijack your day? You recall times when, in a flash, you surrendered your focus. Instead of jumping in, you could acknowledge their struggle and set a boundary. I'm here for you, but I need to finish this in a bit. This is the essence of Stoicism, choosing your response over defaulting to reaction. As you practice this, notice your internal dialogue. Is it peaceful or frantic? Do you feel guilty for prioritizing yourself? Or do you realize that boundaries do not equate to neglect? By identifying your emotional reactions, you grow stronger. You cultivate resilience. Your heart rate slows, you breathe evenly, and clarity floods your mind. This is where the magic happens. Navigating through your day, distractions will still emerge. Emails pinging, calls coming in, meetings unexpectedly booked. Yet, every time you encounter a shift in your focus, pause. Ask yourself, am I actively choosing my reaction, or am I merely a puppet to my surroundings? It's crucial to recognize that the obstacles you face often lie not just in your external environment, but within your mindset. You might feel stuck between ambition and obligations, desires and expectations. This week, embrace an experiment. Identify one core task that needs your attention. Throughout the week, carve out dedicated time, maybe just 30 minutes, where you guard this focus fiercely. How does it feel to reclaim that time? What thoughts emerge as you resist the pull of distractions? Your discoveries will shape your understanding of control and choice. The path of Stoicism encourages us to see challenges not as burdens but as opportunities. As you practice, you redefine your day, moving with intention rather than inertia. And remember, the more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. So as you close your eyes at the end of the day, consider this. How did you protect your focus? What choices did you make today that aligned with your desired path? Let these reflections guide you into tomorrow, where each moment offers more chances to choose mindfully. As you reflect on your day, a new question arises. How do you react to setbacks? Each day brings its own challenges. Sometimes it's a missed deadline, an unexpected meeting, or even a criticism that stings. How do you handle these moments? Let's unpack this together. Imagine you've been working hard on a project, pouring your energy into every detail. Then a colleague points out a flaw in your work. At that moment, what goes through your mind? Disappointment? Anger? Or do you pause and consider the feedback? This is where Stoicism shines. Remember, it's not the situation itself that causes distress, but your perception of it. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This shift in thinking can change everything. Instead of feeling defensive, try to see criticism as a chance to grow. Take a breath and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I make this better? By focusing on the opportunity instead of the obstacle, you take back control. Throughout the coming week, pay attention to your reactions when faced with setbacks. Do you get stuck in frustration? Or do you find a way to pivot? The goal is not to suppress your feelings, but to acknowledge them and steer them towards constructive action. Alongside this, consider how you respond to your own mistakes. Self-criticism can be just as harmful as external judgment. If you stumble or misstep, ask, "What can I learn from this?" This simple question can transform guilt into growth. Let's visualize this process. Picture a small compass in your hand. When challenges arise, use this compass to guide you. Instead of letting frustration point you in circles, align your thoughts towards lessons and solutions. What new direction can you take? Now, let's dive deeper. Think about the distractions we talked about before. If someone interrupts your flow with bad news, you have a choice. You can drop everything or respond thoughtfully. You can say, "I hear you and I want to help, but I need a moment to finish what I'm working on." This response creates balance. You still show support while honoring your own priorities. During this week, set a goal to practice this balance. When someone pulls at your attention, pause. Consider your reaction carefully. Are you prioritizing their urgency over your own needs? Allow yourself to say no, or at least set boundaries. As you navigate through the week, be gentle with yourself. Recognize that mastering your focus and choices takes time. Celebrate small victories when you manage to react positively to a setback. In doing so, remember this: your journey is not meant to be perfect, but intentional. Each step offers a chance to learn and grow. Before you end your day, take a moment to think about your choices. Reflect on how you handled distractions, setbacks, and even your self-talk. Ask yourself, how did I maintain my focus? What did I learn today that I can apply tomorrow? By building this practice, you develop a stronger sense of self. You become more resilient. This is the heart of Stoicism, finding peace amid chaos and clarity in confusion. So, gear up for the next chapter. We will dive into the art of gratitude and how it shapes our perspective. Until then, stay mindful of your choices, and remember, every day is a new opportunity to steer your own ship. As you embark on the journey of gratitude, let's take a moment to pause and reflect on the power it has to shift our mindset. Gratitude is more than just a polite response. It's a way to embrace the good in our lives, even amid chaos. Imagine waking up in the morning. Instead of diving straight into your phone or the day's tasks, take a few minutes to appreciate your surroundings. Notice the warmth of the sun streaming through your window or the comfort of your bed. This simple practice of acknowledgement can ground you. Think of gratitude as a lens through which you can view your day. When you focus on what you appreciate, it brightens even the smallest moments. Maybe it's a smile from a stranger, or your favorite song playing on the radio. These little sparks can change how you feel. As you go through your week, challenge yourself to keep a gratitude journal. Each evening, write down 3 things you are thankful for. They don't have to be big. Sometimes the smallest moments hold the most power. This practice can help you develop a habit of recognizing the positive. Consider a situation where things didn't go as planned. Maybe you missed an important meeting or felt overwhelmed by a project. Instead of feeling defeated, pause and think, what is one positive aspect of this situation? Perhaps it is a chance to learn or an opportunity to connect. with a colleague for support. By framing your thoughts this way, you regain control. You shift from feeling like a victim of circumstances to someone who is active in their life. That's the essence of Stoicism, accepting what we can't change while focusing on how to respond constructively. Now, let's talk about gratitude in relationships. Think about your friends, family, or coworkers. Reflect on moments when they supported you or brought joy into your life. A simple thank you can deepen connections and create a positive atmosphere. Expressing gratitude fosters stronger relationships and encourages kindness. But it's not just about gratitude toward others. It's also about being thankful for yourself. Acknowledge your efforts and resilience. When you face challenges, remind yourself of the times you've overcome difficulties. This recognition builds self-esteem and reinforces your ability to navigate through tough moments. As you practice gratitude, notice how your perspective begins to shift. You may find that challenges feel lighter when viewed through the lens of appreciation. It's not about ignoring difficulties, but understanding that even in hardship, there are lessons and silver linings. This week, pay attention to your thoughts. When you catch yourself in negativity, ask, what can I appreciate right now? Even in the midst of stress, find those little moments of gratitude that can act as a balm for your spirit. Before you end your day, revisit your gratitude journal. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Recognize the progress you've made in managing your focus and reactions. Each entry is a step toward mastering your mindset. And as we look forward to our next chapter, remember this: gratitude is a powerful tool. It can transform your perspective and guide you through life's ups and downs. So keep your heart open to the good around you, and let's dive deeper into the art of resilience in our next conversation. As we continue our journey into Stoicism, let's dive into resilience. Resilience is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Life throws challenges our way. Some days, it feels like we're climbing mountains. Other days, it might seem like those mountains are moving closer. But how you respond to these challenges makes all the difference. Imagine a rough day. You wake up late, spill coffee on your shirt, and get stuck in traffic. Everything feels off. In moments like these, it's easy to fall into a pit of frustration. You might think, why is this happening to me? But here's where resilience comes in. Instead of letting the day define you, take a moment to breathe. Remind yourself that you have the power to choose your response. Think about it. When challenges arise, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? This simple question can shift your perspective. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, you start to see opportunities. Maybe you're late for work, but it pushes you to find a new route that avoids traffic in the future. Each setback is a chance to learn and adapt. Now, let's talk about setbacks at work. You might face a project that didn't go as planned. Perhaps your idea was rejected in a meeting. How do you deal with that disappointment? In these situations, it's important to remember the Stoic principle. Your value isn't tied to external outcomes. Your worth lies in your effort and your ability. To keep going, take a moment to reflect. When criticism comes your way, instead of getting defensive, think, what can I take away from this? Maybe it's a chance to refine your idea or collaborate more effectively with your team. By focusing on improvement, you strengthen your resilience. Resilience isn't just about overcoming challenges. It's also about maintaining a positive mindset. Imagine you're faced with repeated obstacles. You feel like you're running on empty. Acknowledge that too. It's okay to feel tired or frustrated, but don't let those feelings consume you. Recognize them, then gently shift your focus. What small step can you take today? Maybe it's taking a break or seeking support from a friend. In your daily life, think about how you can practice resilience. Set small goals that feel manageable. Celebrate the wins, no matter how tiny. Did you stay calm during a stressful meeting? That's worth acknowledging. Did you manage to stick to your focus for a few hours? Great job! Each successful moment builds your resilience. During this week, I challenge you to notice your thoughts when things don't go according to plan. Jot down a situation that tested your patience. Reflect on how you reacted. Were you quick to frustration, or did you pause and reassess? This reflection process is key to building your resilience. Finally, remember this. Resilience isn't about being invincible. It's about navigating life's ups and downs with grace. It's about recognizing that life will have its storms, but you have what it takes to weather them. Each step you take towards resilience empowers you. As we look ahead, we'll explore how resilience ties into our relationships. How can we show up for others while also taking care of ourselves? It's a balancing act that requires both strength and vulnerability. Until then, keep practicing resilience. Each moment holds a lesson. Each challenge is an opportunity waiting for you. Embrace it, and let's keep moving forward together. As the week came to an end, the sun dipped low, casting long shadows in the office. Each character faced their own battles, yet they were connected by a common thread: the principles of Stoicism. James sat at his desk, his mind racing. He had been practicing focus and resilience. Yet today, the weight of expectations pressed down on him. His manager had just dropped a project deadline on him. With clenched fists, he felt the familiar clamor of panic rising. But he paused, remembering the teachings he'd absorbed. "What's in my control?" he whispered to himself. Taking a deep breath, he recentered. Cooked in his resolve, he reached for his notebook. Listing priorities, he began to formulate a plan. At that moment, a gentle knock broke his concentration. It was Lara, another team member. Her worried eyes told him everything. "James," she started, "I'm really struggling with this new task. I don't know how to proceed." He saw the urgency in her voice, but he also felt the pull on his own focus. The choice was clear. "Lara, I want to help," he said, his tone warm yet firm. "But I need to finish my current project first. How about I give you half an hour after lunch? We can work through it together then." Relief washed over her face. "Thank you, that sounds perfect." As she left, a smile crept onto James's face. He had not only honored his own need for focus, but also provided support to a colleague. The world felt lighter. Meanwhile, Sarah grappled with the weight of her recent feedback. She had poured her soul into a presentation, only to receive a harsh critique. Anxiety gnawed at her as she replayed the comments in her mind. But rather than succumbing to defeat, she recalled the notion of viewing setbacks as growth opportunities. Taking a moment, she opened her notebook, determined to extract lessons from the experience. What did the feedback teach her? Where could she improve? With each word she wrote, her guilt transformed into clarity. There it was, the chance to refine. Her approach, to collaborate, and to shine even brighter. Across town, Marcus had been wrestling with a personal hurdle. Balancing his job and family had become overwhelming. The bottle of resentments grew heavy within him until he decided to confront it. That evening, he sat down with his family. "Guys, I've been feeling swamped," he confessed, vulnerability creeping into his voice. "Can we talk about how we can share responsibilities more?" His honesty hung in the air. It was quiet for a moment. Then, one by one, family members shared their thoughts. By the end of the conversation, they crafted a plan. Together, they would lighten the load. They all left the living room feeling lighter, bonded more than ever before. As the dawn of a new week approached, each character had stepped into a newfound strength. They learned choices were theirs to make, and their stories began to change. Underneath the calm exterior of daily lives, they had stirred courage and resilience. James found focus. Sarah embraced growth. From feedback, Marcus built stronger family bonds. In reflection, each one sat in their thoughts at day's end, contemplating how far they had come. The principles of Stoicism had woven through their lives, making them not just react, but respond thoughtfully. As they drifted off to sleep, a sense of peace washed over them. They understood that challenges would come, but now they were armed with the ability to face them. They were ready to embrace the chaos outside with a steadiness within. Join them on this journey of growth and reflection. Do you seek to embrace serenity too? Subscribe now to stay updated with Stoic insights that can transform your life. If you found value here, click like to help others discover the wisdom in these reflections. Share the biggest insight you gained in the comments. Your thoughts can inspire fellow seekers. And remember, don't keep this wisdom to yourself. Send this lesson to at least 3 friends who could benefit from a touch of balance in their lives.